Caleb Williams should pull a Eli Manning and demand that the Chicago Bears do not draft him #1 overall.
Yep, you heard it. RG3 has lost his damn mind. Apparently, he's having some memory loss issues as well. Did he forget which team drafted him at 2nd overall and ruined his career by making him play through an injury? A significant knee injury at that? Also, what are your expectations for Caleb Williams this year? Is he expected to win the division already? Win Rookie of the Year and make the Bears Super Bowl contenders? We discussed it all on my first stop of the NFLMike Free Agent Podcast. I'm going on a tour of small to medium sports podcasts on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anyone who will invite me, honestly, to talk about every football topic with every football fan. If you like this idea and you like content like this, please let me know by liking the video. It tells the algorithm to send the video to more NFL fans like you and me. And then make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. I noticed 95% of the people watching these videos aren't subscribed. You're killing me, Smalls. Today I'm going on the 99 pod, hosted by Reel Leal and his co-host Zay. Stick around to the end of the conversation. I will tell you exactly how you can find this full episode and their channel.
And demand that the Chicago Bears do not draft him #1 overall. After everything that's happened with Justin Fields, can Caleb Williams really look at that and say, you know what? This is the organization that has my best interests at heart, and they're going to help develop me into the player that I want to become. After the Bears took Justin Fields, the 11th pick in the draft, and turned him into a 6th round pick in the 2025 draft by trading him to the Pittsburgh Steelers, can Caleb Williams really look at that and say, you know what? Yeah, this organization is going to help get me where I want to go?
I want to respond to that immediately. You know, I like RG3. I liked him as a football player. Thought he was very talented. Brought that Michael Vick, Phil back into the league. But sometimes his takes is garbage. Sometimes he could be a little bit of an idiot. I don't know what it is with accountability with him, but I've seen it countless times to know that there's a trend that I'm seeing with him when it comes to quarterbacks and defending quarterbacks. And I understand in the NFL, there have been a lot of quarterbacks development that has been botched over the last couple of years. I can name you those quarterbacks, but I don't got the time for it. And I get that aspect, but there has to be a level of accountability. He did the same thing with Russell Wilson, recently, where he defended Russell Wilson. When Russell Wilson decided to leave a situation to go to a situation he thought he could make better, and he had his own office and put on the diva qualities and all that, Russell Wilson incorporated and all that, defended this guy. He's an idiot. This is the best situation for a rookie quarterback to come into. Literally. Not every situation as a #1 overall pick you could come into like this, where you have a 7-win team that literally has gotten better on paper and still have the draft coming up with 2 top 10 picks. Are you kidding me? All right, fine. What team then?
That's exactly what I was about to say, Leal. What are you talking about, RG3? If he forces his way to another team, the only option is the Washington Commanders, the team that ruined your career. Ruined it. Ended it in one decision. Bad decision, by the way. You shouldn't have played in that game. You should have just waited until the next year and ran it back because you were the most electric player in football at the freaking time. It was very Cam Newton-esque, the run that RG3 was about to go on and Washington was about to go on if they would have kept him. Remember, they had Trent Williams in that team. They already had Alfred Morris in that team. That team was ready to just run over the NFL again the next season, but they wanted to try and go for his rookie year, and it backfired. I didn't think they had a chance to win it his rookie year in the first place. So how can you sit here in front of a camera, RG3, and tell him that he should avoid going to one team to go to the team that ruined your career as a quarterback in the NFL in a very similar situation, drafted with a top pick? Also, there is no comparison to where the Bears were when they drafted Fields to where they are now. And there's no comparison to drafting the first quarterback off the board with the first overall pick in a draft versus the 4th or 3rd quarterback off the board with the 11th pick in the draft. It's not the same situation that Justin Fields entered at all. And I think that if there was any doubt in Caleb Williams' mind that he wanted to go to the Bears would already know that. The Bears would have traded the first overall pick instead of Justin Fields. And we would see the signs that behind the scenes, there's rumblings that anything like this could happen. I see what he's saying because of the Cliff Kingsbury move, but I don't think people realize that Cliff Kingsbury is not convincing players to come play for him. He doesn't have that kind of power in the NFL.
If anything, he's trying to basically tell Caleb Williams derail your career immediately. I don't see how a situation like Caleb Williams not forcing his way out of being the first pick helps him at all, because now the expectations are even higher, because the only way you could that people even forget about that is if he plays well, that he plays extremely well. And so I don't even think that's good. It's not a good take. RG3, that's just horrible. You're derailing a kid's career. You're making his ego even more inflated by thinking he has the option to just have the power to say, yeah, I'm not getting drafted. I'm going where I want to go. That's not it.
One more point. I think that RG3 gets these takes from watching too many dumbass TikTokers, Lil. This seems like a TikTok take to me.
How does the Bears trading for Keenan Allen change our expectations for Caleb Williams' rookie season coming up? And Mike, you being the guest here on the show, the mic is yours.
I don't think it changes them at all, honestly. If you're drafting a quarterback with the first overall pick, you're expecting that to be your franchise quarterback and a top 10, hopefully top 5 quarterback in the NFL for 10, 15, 20 years to come. And those expectations haven't changed by adding Keenan Allen. Maybe the expectations of his rookie year have changed slightly. I would love to know your guys' opinion on this, because I'm a little bit like on the fence about this move for the Bears. I think it could go very well and it could be very helpful to Caleb Williams' development, or it could go very awful and it could expose some of Caleb Williams' weaknesses.
When you talk about adding another wide receiver in Keenan Allen to pair alongside a already top 10, arguably wide receiver in DJ Moore, now I think already there was pressure prior to this move for Caleb Williams, being that this is a good situation to come into. And now you add Keenan Allen, and now it's an already good situation. Think about before this move, right? You look at Chicago before Keenan Allen came to this team, and they're 7-10. I believe they won 7 games last year, and they had momentum. They won 5 out of the last 8 games, and they pick a number 1. And already, that's a good situation to come into if you're Caleb Williams already. But now you add another, not at the peak of his powers, but still a very good wide receiver, arguably had his best year last year. You could pivot that to opportunity with injuries. And now you get that guy to pair alongside DJ Moore, 2 guys that you can't really guard in man. You're probably going to have to play a lot of zone. Now, the expectations, I think, should go up a little bit more, because it's like, okay, this is one of the best rosters as far as talent. And now they could build in the trenches during draft. Who knows after draft what's going to happen, how this team is going to look, not only from talent, but from being built from the inside out. Now it's like, okay, Caleb Williams, what we did with Justin Fields, what we bought for you with Keenan Allen, how we built this draft, how we built through free agency, I think there's going to be a lot of pressure.
I see what you mean now. So when you say expectations, you mean immediate expectations.
They probably should win the division. I think that's the expectation in Chicago right now, is to win the division. Whereas a normal quarterback going number 1 overall, you just hope they show you flashes.
I don't think Ryan Poles has expectations for Caleb Williams to be anything of a division winner, or the Bears to be anything of a division winner, or even a wild card spot chaser. Like, I think that this is a team that they've been hearing the noise, and I think they finally answered it. They haven't had talent around their quarterback, and now they finally have it. They understand that their offensive line is meek at best. Then it's not a good offensive line. And I think right now they put a talent around the quarterback to see what they have, but they know that their offensive line is still a weak spot, and I think there's something that they're going to build on moving forward, because they're just going to build through the draft. Now they can no longer say we didn't put talent around our quarterback. We put a DJ Moore, we put Keenan Allen, we got DeAndre Swift in the backfield. So we have talent around him.
Is he expected to win Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay.
I think he is, especially with the hype.
A lot of people aren't realizing that Keenan Allen never had top end speed to begin with, but Keenan Allen is not blazing by anyone anymore in the NFL. Keenan Allen's best strength and what Keenan Allen's been doing and why he's put up the numbers that he's put up over the last couple of years, despite aging, is he knows how to get open, because he knows how to read defenses and run option routes. He knows leverage. He knows how to make the most out of even small amounts of separation. And Herbert's strengths are hitting those short routes with pinpoint accuracy on time in 3 seconds. Herbert's strengths are pump faking and then throwing down the field to Mike Williams and just throwing that ball up in the air. And I'm not saying that Caleb Williams can't do all of those things. I watched a lot of Caleb Williams. I'm a USC fan. His strengths are kind of more like that. When the play breaks down, I'm going to go baller mode. I'm going to go gamer mode and I'm going to make some kind of ridiculous play, or I'm going to make some kind of phenomenal juke move on the edge rusher to give my receiver just a little bit of extra time to be open. In the NFL, it's going to come down to, can you hit receivers on time from the pocket in those windows? Yes, it's going to break down. There's going to be times he's going to have to do backflips and jump over people, but that's going to be on very rare amount of plays in a football game. Majority of them are going to be, you read the defense, Keenan Allen gives you a look, you better know what route he's running because he knows what route he's running. It could expose Caleb Williams' weaknesses to be more glorified if he can't make it work with Keenan Allen and they're paying him $20 million per year just because Keenan Allen is so reliant on the quarterback being on time. Like 90% of his production with Herbert is slants, hitches, corners, and he gets hit at the exact moment that he breaks, at the exact moment that he's open. On the same side, when he flipped to the other side of the coin, Keenan Allen can help Caleb Williams in so many ways in that department. If Caleb Williams takes on and is a quick learner and comes into the NFL and is able to make it work with them, he's going to learn so much about reading NFL defenses and how to abuse them even without a receiver that has top end speed or crazy agility or crazy anything because he's 35 years old damn near. That's why I'm so thankful that Keenan Allen was there when Herbert got there. I feel like Herbert's game in the short to intermediate range has grown so much just thanks to this man on the screen right now. And now we have Josh Palmer filling Keenan Allen's shoes. He's going to be that medium route runner, and I have faith that Herbert's going to be able to make it work with him.
It's not about who has the strongest arm, and I think they always make it a habit of trying to talk about who has the strongest arm in the NFL, and it's never about that. It's about timing. It's always been about timing. Like you said, Caleb Williams is a guy who wants to do home runs. He wants to be the flash. He wants to be highlight every single play. That doesn't work in the NFL. If anything, that gets you hurt in the NFL, and that's something that he needs to be mindful of. So if he's going to be the starting quarterback of this team, yeah, the receivers are going to get open on their routes, but his timing has to be impeccable. And one thing about rookie quarterbacks that we've seen in recent history, in a recent draft history, is that when they get rattled a little bit, their timing is all the way off. They don't even throw the ball anymore. They don't even try to make those throw. The only quarterback I can say in recent history who's been, when he's rattled, he still goes out with CJ Stroud.
They do have the weapons. Like you're saying, Zay, he likes to bomb the ball down the field. DJ Moore is perfect for that. So the opposite of Keenan Allen, where Keenan Allen's going to be a short yardage, he's taking all that work. He's probably taking the volume. Once you come up to try and stop that, if Caleb Williams identifies it and he gets good at timing, like you're saying, he does have the ability and the receiver to then bomb the ball down the field too. Hey, we got to give a round of applause to the front office there in Chicago and Ryan Poles. They've done a masterful job. And remember, guys, they had the first overall pick last year. And they could have went quarterback.
Yes, this team is ready for a quarterback now. Really, what are the expectations typically on any rookie, first overall or not? Peyton Manning had a terrible rookie year, ended up becoming a GOAT. And then RG3, to bring up the man again, had a phenomenal, record-breaking rookie year, just to have his career quickly ruined. Personally, if I was a fan of the Bears and how I looked at Justin Herbert when he was a rookie, all you can hope for is that these guys show flashes that they are the future of your franchise, and that they show flashes that they can be the quarterback, especially with the first overall pick that can finally bring a Super Bowl back to Chicago. What do you think? Comment what you think the Bears win total will be in the comment section below. And also, what do you think about RG3's take? Should Caleb force his way to Washington instead? If you guys want to check out the full episode featuring myself and the 99 Pod, or just go and check out their podcast channel, the link to the video will be in the description. You can go check it out. Will Caleb Williams live up to expectations in Chicago because that's where he's being drafted? RG3 secretly onto something, and Caleb Williams is going to force his way to Washington. I guess sooner rather than later. The ball definitely won't lie. Thank you for tuning in to another NFLMike Bang. Let's keep this train rolling. Check out one of my next videos. Head to the NFLMike channel, binge watch some shorts, or just go and do whatever you want to do next. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe and like the video.